Game number 3 of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic here from Newark Memorial. Grant versus Newark Memorial, the host Cougars. Craig Ashmore in his 30th season last year. Newark Memorial was 16-12, and they're hoping to rebound from that season. And Coach Ashmore, 30-year veteran, and he'll put together a very high-quality basketball team. For the Grant Pacers, Denard Wilson in his 10th season, they had a great year last year, so they're expecting big things with a lot of returners. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Damon Esper, here for Game 3 of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic.
Well, it's been fun so far, Chris. The first game we saw an excellent St. Patrick, St. Vincent team serve notice on the Bay Area that they are going to be good this year with a blowout win over Moreau Catholic. Second game, Bishop O'Dowd took care of business, controlled the game most of the way to beat Modesto Christian. And now we got this Grant team coming off a 26-8 season, state playoff bracket, taking on Newark Memorial, which had a 16-12 year, so not really the kind of numbers you expect. There's a jersey hanging up here in the gym honoring Coach Ashmore for 25 years. He's at 30 now. They're going to have to put up a new jersey here, but a 500-win coach, 600 wins now, probably, or close to that.
Us old coaches have to stick together, and talking to Coach Ashmore before the game, I remember when he was the young buck and started coaching down here, and now we're wearing glasses and have gray hair, but we're expecting a big game. Keys to victory first for Newark Memorial. Defend their great tandem of guards, rebound the ball against their length, and handle their pressure by being aggressive. And for Grant, lessons learned of a very good season, but had some tight losses at the end of the season. They lost to Campo, who was the D2 state champions in the D2 semifinals, 53-51, and then lost 59-58 to St. Mary's in the San Joaquin D2 section finals. So will they learn from the past, get over the hump, and play with experience? But they've got a talented group, and led by Corey Yerger, the junior, with interest from USF and Long Beach State, averaging over 14 points a game, somebody that the Cougars have to account for. Yeah,
they've got a lot of talent back, and they're not that old. They've got a sophomore guard in Jason Matthews who's starting, the junior guard Yerger, senior A.J. McGee, all listed as point guards, so you can see that they've got a lot of versatility in their back court. Lontrell Brown, a senior wing, and Miles Haynes, a senior, rounding out the starting lineup for the Grant Pacers. Newark is going to have Elijah Carlton, A.B. Gilchrist, Jordan Quadja, Matthew Montabone, and Navion Reed as their starting lineup.
And they've got a young group. This year's team returns 7 players and adds some talented young players. The young players highlighted by the freshman Tyler Harris, number 15. We'll see him come in later in the game.
Grant's going to be wearing black there. As you can see, they're introducing the starting lineups here at Newark Memorial. Newark, of course, the host school, wearing white. And we have our officials today. It'll be Devin Anthony, Dean White, and Morgan Lankin.
Our NorCal Sports TV summer camp pregame show, and our third game, and the first 2 games have blown by. And they say, how do you do 7 games? I'm like, we're not digging ditches. We're here high school basketball with some high-quality opponents. And how are we able to bring you these games?
Lots of coffee?
Lots of coffee and great supporter by our partners, Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service, the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, SVSSportsLLC.com for more info. Practice timing created by coaches, for coaches, and the Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. Let's get after it here, Damon, on Game 3 here from the NorCal Tip-Off Classic.
Reed against Haynes on the tip, and Grant in black gets the ball, and a quick whistle here. That's the kind of thing that you whistle because the clock didn't start.
You always have an official that has a set of eyes on the clock and quickly resets, and we'll get back into action here from the event center on the campus of Newark Memorial. The home team in white, Newark Memorial.
That's Yerger. Goes to the corner to Matthews, and they bring it back out. And there is a walk. So travel called on McGee.
Got caught between places and commits the turnover.
So against the pressure, here comes Newark Memorial. The Cougars. And that is A.B. Gilchrist, who gets it inside to Kawaja and puts it up, misses. Rebound goes to Grant.
Nice move, but no finish. And then Grant will quickly come down and then turn it over.
McGee tried the no-look pass to get it downstairs. Kind of threw a fastball that bounced off his teammate's hand. And that was Haynes who couldn't handle it, and it goes out of bounds. Newark with the ball. That's Montabone, and over there is Carlton.
First games for both teams.
Missed by Reed.
Little slow start, couple of turnovers, and Grant will reset their offense.
Near side in the corner. That was DeVell Brown missing.
Cougars spacing the court.
And now a nice handoff there by Gilchrist. And Kawaja converts.
He's 1 for 2, missed a bunny in the opening possession, but comes back and scores. And Newark Memorial going to really step it up defensively today.
And the double team there on the corner, knocked away. Recovering the ball is McGee. Gets it down to the baseline. They bring it up high. Matthews for the 3.
The sophomore point guard showing his expertise from long range.
Listed at 5'8". Usually 5'8" means 5'6", so that's a little guy out there. There's a 3 back, but missed by Carlton, and back comes Grant. Pacers 2 on 3, but a nice scoop in there for the basket by McGee.
Don't turn your back to McGee. That will be the result. Not good transition defense by the Cougars.
Gilchrist misses the 3 off the back rim. Pacers at first have the rebound, was knocked away but out of bounds, so Grant will retain possession.
Those long 3s off the back of the rim are going to turn into transition baskets for the Pacers. So you got to have great shot selection. If you are Newark Memorial, then you have to get back on defense.
Curtis Kalin and Lorenzo Weich on for Newark Memorial. And now a block shot there. That was Kalin who blocked the shot. And on a follow, we have a foul.
Harris, the freshman, turns the ball over and then immediately reaches in and is called for the foul. And Haynes, the senior wing player, will go to the free throw line.
So Grant with the early lead here in a game that's seen some Well, better defense than offense so far in the first 3 minutes. Hits the first.
So Coach Wilson emailing this week, after falling short the last 2 seasons of both the section championships and the NorCal semifinals, he feels that this is the team for the Pacers to get over the hump. They have 4 3-year varsity Leonardmen, and that is extra coaches on the basketball court, where sometimes you don't have to be as much as a disciplined coach as you let your players take care of that. And a nice drive to the basket by Newark Memorial.
Jacob Walker with that cross the lane scoop and draws the foul. Let's check the replay right here. As Jacob defended by DeVell Brown, and he picks up the foul.
As Coach I would say, you can't allow an offensive player to go to his dominant hand. You have to cut that off. I hope he's watching at home. Well, we got Coach I's all over the place.
I was gonna say
that's Denny I, the Coach I of the I family. Just make that clear.
Grant turns the ball over, so now Newark a chance to get closer or even tie it here. Cougars working the ball outside. That's Quadja on the drive, misses, tipped around, and it's Grant's ball. A.J. McGee down to the right corner. Now they pull it back out. That's McGee with the long 3. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound kicks around, but Quadja picks it up for Newark Memorial.
You get long rebounds by doing one thing, blocking out. And I love when the ball bounces on the floor and you get the rebound, because that means your teammates all around you are blocking out. A very simple thing and well executed. Then a turnover.
There's a steal by McGee all the way and in. What was it? Hubie Brown always used to talk about guard rebounding being the key to every basketball game ever played.
Yeah, you got to block out, and it's a sign of good team defense. But then you mishandle the ball on offense, and it turns into a basket the other way.
Well,
good
there's
possession.
Nice movement there. Quadja gets it underneath to Walker, who converts for Newark Memorial. 4 points already for Jacob Walker.
I think Coach Wilson would like to see his team defend the goal a little bit better than they have early on.
There is DeVell Brown missing it off the rim. Rebound goes to Curtis Kalin, and back comes Newark Memorial. Kalin tries to do a little bit too much. Is stolen up ahead, and in for the almost dunk is number 2, Corey Yerger.
Offers from USF and Long Beach State, 14 points a game. Yerger getting to the basket.
It's Yerger time.
Will Yerger have a Wilson burger or serve one back? Stay tuned.
Estrada with the ball there. He's guarded by Matthews. Tries to get it down to the corner, and it goes off Grant and out of bounds. So the Cougars will retain possession. And in fact, we're going to have a reset on the shot clock because it hit somebody's foot. Mass substitution for Newark Memorial here. And there's your...
We're going to give him a dunk.
Yeah, the soft dunk. Not every dunk has to be thunder.
You don't have to be violent to the rim to make it a dunk.
What'd the rim do to you?
Yeah. Don't abuse the rim. We'll move on because we could get into a slippery slope right there.
All right, that is Montalban down to the corner for 3 off the rim. So missing there is Carlton, and Grant gets the rebound. Pacers coming back at it. Grant with the lead early here. Now taking a 3 and airballing it, and missing was DeVell Brown. Newark Memorial pushing the tempo. And then trying to make a move inside is Walker, and he ends up getting tied up.
Held ball will stay with Newark, but Reed has done a good job on the defensive glass for the Cougars today.
See Elijah Carlton, who's going to inbound the ball, and a nice play on the inbounds play converted by Reed.
And he's awarded for his work on the defensive end, getting a touch on the offensive end, and gets the easy layup.
Navion Reed, 6'5 junior. And now a whistle And we're going to have a defensive foul called, so that's Gilchrist called for riding the ball handler there.
Can't reach in, can't use the hip. They're going to be called for a foul, and we've got another substitution for the Pacers. And then Coach Ashmore will take advantage of the dead ball and get it in Harris back into the game.
So Yerger waiting to inbound it. They go deep to McGee for a long three, and that one rolls out. And the rebound goes to Newark Memorial, but it's stolen. So nice play by Haynes to steal the ball and get Grant the possession back.
Got to be stronger with the basketball.
Final minute and a half of the first quarter, and then putting it up as McGee misses, but a nice tap, but back into the hands of Newark Memorial, and down at the other end, Navion Reed misses the dunk, but there to make the follow.
That's like me at a steakhouse, indecisive. Are you going to go with the New York or the filet mignon? And that time didn't know if he was going to dunk or lay it up, and didn't either, but Newark hustled and got the putback.
So now up just one. McGee with the fancy pass underneath. It connected, but no shot able to get off. So back out to McGee. He again gets it down low. Again to Bobo, and Bobo going up gets the foul. Jordan Bobo, freshman wing, will go to the line.
You got to like Gilchrist's ability to stay with the play. That makes a couple of nice passes there. He gets blocked, but then he'll get a couple of free throws out of it. But Gilchrist distributing the basketball. Actually, that's not Gilchrist. That's McGee. My apologies. The senior point guard, averaging nearly 11 a game last year for Coach Wilson and the Pacers.
You can see what a key to the offense McGee is.
So these teams have not played each other since, as far as we know, and coming into the game, the Grant Pacers are ranked number 38 in the top 40 by Cal High Sports. But we can see where those rankings do, as Modesto Christian was ranked above Bishop O'Dowd, and the Dragons got the win.
And then trying to make a move underneath is Reed. He loses the handle, so back comes Grant. That's Bobo right there. Bobo back up top, and now stumbling and losing the ball is Yerger. So here comes Newark. A nice spin pass made, going up for the shot and missing is Kalen on the rebound, and the follow, we have a foul.
Reed bringing his lunch pail today. We've seen him get a couple of defensive rebounds, and then here gets the offensive rebound and is fouled on the putback, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
Weiss kind of spun that ball up to Kalen, and he just missed a shot, but then Reed right there for the follow, and he'll go to the line.
Reed, 6'5" junior, hits the first.
So 26.8 officially left in the first quarter.
And our next game, Game 4, Reardon versus Jay Serra out of San Juan Capistrano in Orange County. So lots of games. Game 3 here, a good one early on.
So converting the free throws is Reed.
Call line.
Did they wipe that?
I think it was a lane violation.
So Grant looking for the last shot here.
But looking for the last shot of passing and moving, not standing out there in Caltrans offense.
So there's Yerger. And out, they get it out to the corner for the three, and it's missed by Matthews. And a foul called at the buzzer, and I think we're going to count the foul. We'll stick here for a second to see what the officials decide. And they did call a foul, but that will be the end of the quarter.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
All right, back here at Newark Memorial as we head to the second quarter, 13-12 your score, Grant leading, and nothing huge on the scoring leaders. A.J. McGee with 4 points for the Pacers, and on the other end, Navion Reed with 4 points for Newark Memorial. Grant in black, and they will start the second quarter with possession. Pacers work the ball on the right corner. Now they bring it back. That is DeVell Brown, and he gives it to McGee. McGee getting harassed by Gilchrist, and now a foul called.
Everybody in the gym is watching your one-on-one defense, so there's no room to reach. And a quick foul to start the second quarter for Newark Memorial.
5 in the half now, or check that, 4. So the Pacers, who have led most of the first quarter but have not put any significant distance. That's McGee with the 3, and he buries it.
Soft, silky touch from long range. And you preparing to come into the 7 games here today for the Tip-Off Classic, and you've got 12 out of the top 40 teams ranked preseason in the state of California. That's why the baseline is littered with college coaches.
And there is another 3. That is again A.J. McGee. Just like that, a pair of threes to start the second quarter. 10 points for A.J.
Although it's only a 7-point deficit for Newark Memorial, this is an important possession because you don't want to turn into 9, and it looks like they're going to.
Here on the fast break, alone, missing the layup is number 10. That's Lontrell Brown. And then with bodies on the floor, we have a whistle.
We need somebody to wipe up the sweat in the paint because that's the third time somebody has taken a tumble and fall, and the insurance agents aren't going to be happy with that. We don't have an insurance sponsor right now, so we didn't give a specific name. Opportunity knocks almost every time here on NorCal Sports TV.
It's a ball out of bounds to Newark Memorial. Cougars trailing by 7, playing on their home court. And there's a drive to the basket and a make by Curtis Kalin. I'm sorry, Tyler Harris. Looking at the wrong roster. Harris there, 6'4" freshman guard, and here you see him.
And this is why the freshman is up. Nice patience, not in a hurry, and gets the layup. Rinse and repeat all year for Newark Memorial. And then a turnover on the travel, and the Cougars will get the ball back. Trailing by 5 here at the home court of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic.
So there's Harris, the freshman. Right side wearing number 15. The drive here by Quadja. He puts it up high off the glass. No good. On the rebound, there's a foul.
And where he has been living today, bringing his lunch pail, Navion Reed living under the basket. And when you get good position, good things happen. It's like in football. When you run to the football on defense, good things happen. And Reed with the offensive rebound, and you want to really make this one hurt, you make the free throws.
6'5" junior steps to the line and misses the first one. Have a couple of subs here. As Newark Memorial trailing by 5 points. Playing a couple minutes into the second quarter, misses both. And the rebound goes to Yerger.
They're not free Yerger when you miss them.
And then a nice lay-in off the dish by A.J. McGee off the pass from Yerger.
I mean, that's almost a 4-point turnaround there. I mean, you miss the 2 free throws, and then you give up a transition basket. So instead of going down less than 5, now you trail by 7 after the missed free throws and not getting back on defense.
Harris fighting his way, able to get the shot up, but it's no good as they chase down the loose ball. A foul called. And it looks like Newark Memorial will retain possession. Here's that nice pass and score. McGee.
Just a little snippet of the athleticism of the Pacers. 26-8 in 2019. Quite a year for the team out of Sacramento. And we said, Grant football. Well, Grant basketball has been pretty good themselves.
Grant football really had a run there a few years back. They had a lot of great teams. Powerhouse school up in the Sacramento area. That's Harris, the freshman. He gets down to the corner. Weish gives it back to Harris, who drives, gets it off to Spinoso.
Great strength coming to the basketball, possessing it, and going up strong and getting the 2-point field goal.
So Grant now with the ball and putting up the three-pointer is Bobo, and he buries it.
Yerger with the drive and the kick, and Bobo, just a freshman, hits the wing jumper.
So Harris to Weish, and now to this side, that's Montabone. Finds a couple of Grant players in his way, so he tosses it back out to Weish.
Get back to spacing, get back to cutting and going to the basket.
Weish
misses the layup.
Weish saw the space there, but he did not finish strong. Ball out of bounds to Grant.
And the possession was starting off strong, and then you force and you go with the dribble drive that's not within the offense. And then things get mucked up, and it turns the ball over to Grant.
So now the Pacers will inbound it against the pressure. And now Newark Memorial drops back to half court. This is A.J. McGee, guarded by Gilchrist, and now there's the jumper. It's off the front of the rim by Brown, and back comes Newark Memorial. Up for three is Gilchrist. It's off the rim. That's Brown with the rebound. And now a loose ball picked up by Newark Memorial. Gilchrist on the drive, and he makes it, and he gets fouled.
So we had dueling turnovers, and then the Cougars cleaned up their mess and go attack mode and get the layup and the foul and an opportunity for the three-point play.
DeVell Brown feels like he didn't do anything to get a foul there. That's, of course, of no consequence.
No
the foul was called.
No high school or pro or college basketball player has ever committed a foul. Just ask them.
And Gilchrist converts. Your favorite, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, played 20-something years and never committed a foul.
I could see the hands raised above the head with the goggles all steamed up. And, yes, Kareem, that was on you.
There's a turnover. Here's another chance for Newark. Ball put ahead, but nice job getting back on defense and knocking it away there by number 10 for Grant. That's Lontrell Brown. I
like the energy. You fix a lot of mistakes by hustling, and Brown gets back on defense and prevents the transition basket.
So now we're waiting to bring the ball in, and now there's going to be a discussion between the officials. Might be a shot clock discussion, but it did not seem like a possession change there.
You know what's been great about these? This is the third game, and this is a compliment to all the officials. I haven't even noticed the officials.
They're the guys in the striped shirt.
Most certainly.
Turnover there by Newark Memorial.
They're not working at Foot Locker.
Here's Yerger on the drive. Nice give and go to himself almost. He kind of passed it right to left.
He's dished the ball, but that time goes into attack mode and gets right to the basket. And not good transition defense by the Cougars. And here's another opportunity for the Pacers.
Near the line, and now driving in is Rashad Brown. He's missed. Newark Memorial And a nifty little pass there by Carlton to the other side. Going in for the shot and missing is Quaja. And now we're going to have a goaltending.
Was right there, Reed, where he's been all day long. But you can't touch the ball when it's above the cylinder. And that's exactly what happens. I love his hustle. I like his workmanship down below in the paint. That's something that you can't coach.
So now Grant will slow it up a little bit this time down. Yerger again running the point, gets it off to the corner, rolling out on the three is McGee, and now on the rebound we have a foul.
And Reed, again, I think on his business card it reads a rebounder. But he'd like to see the apprenticeship come alive with his free throw shooting. He's missed at the line, but he's been bringing and doing a good job on the boards, and see if he can cash in with the free throws.
And misses the front end. And as the Grant players were rebounding it out of bounds, there's a whistle. And so they are out of bounds, so it will be Newark Memorial's ball. 2 for 5 now from the free throw line for Reed, and another whistle. And this is apparently going the other way.
Player control foul on the screen. You can't set a screen by tripping your opponent, and the three officials, you're not going to get away with much today, and Walker called for the foul.
That's how we learned to do it on the playground.
The old sided trip. I think it was one of the college games I saw, somebody trying to trip an Oregon player or something off a play. It was like, you're not going to get away with that.
Well, Nike won't allow that. Here's a three, and no foul called, as Reed seemed to think that he should have gotten one, and on the rebound, another foul on Grant.
The Maher Law Group Professional Corporation, Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. Reed at the free throw line.
And on the rebound, out of bounds, and Grant will take possession here.
So Reed has done a great job of rebounding, but unfortunately for him, he's 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
0 for the 4 of this quarter. He did hit 2 in the first quarter.
My apologies.
And Yerger with the drive and draws a lot of contact, and he'll go to the line.
Harris, the freshman, with the foul.
The zone converges on him.
Everybody should be stepping into the paint there. Instead, they're stepping out of the paint, and then reaching in. Need to have the feet in the paint, and it's the blue C parts, and it's free throws for the Pacers.
Yerger makes them both. Grant up 9 now with a couple minutes left in the first half. Third game of 7 here at Newark Memorial here on NorCal Sports TV. And they're a bad pass and a turnover, and here come the Pacers. McGee and Yerger. Yerger with the long three, and he buries it.
So things can get away fast without a good possession, in Newark will get an opportunity to get to the free throw line. But here's the long-range shot by Yerger, and hits it.
Tyler Harris with a little contact there, but no foul for the 4-point play. Now at the other end, it's Jacob Walker who will have the free throws for Newark Memorial, and he bangs home the first.
Practice timing created by coaches for coaches. My voice just popped there because I know at 54 I'm over my maturity here. But anyway.
I was going to start calling you Peter Brady.
Great knowledge, Mr. Esper. Very well done.
Here's Yerger with the drive. Nice shot, but it bounces too hard. And the rebound goes to Walker, and here's Newark Memorial back the other way, trailing by 12 here on their home court. And now travel on the far side.
Well, we didn't get a chance to say anything because it went so fast, but that was a golden possession for Newark Memorial, and it didn't take advantage, and they turned the ball over. I believe the score is 31-20.
That's what I have.
And we're going to stick with it because that's what the scoreboard has.
Right. And now here's a pass underneath. Nice pass by Yerger, but the shot is missed. And back come the Newark Memorial Cougars, but then they lose it. And here all alone for the layup off the steal is Matthews.
Poor possession by the young Cougars. And the Pacers will turn up the heat.
Jacob Walker misses the shot, and the ball is out of bounds to Newark Memorial with about 30 seconds left. Well, it's the same pattern we've seen all day. The second quarter is where the superior team starts to break games open. A nice inbound play there by Newark Memorial. Converting it for the basket is Jordan Kawaja.
So the Pacers will play for the last shot. They'll spread the court, but as you see so often, it's usually a shot of desperation versus a shot within the offense.
All three guards here up top. That's Yerger. McGee up here, and then he passes it inside and stolen by Weish, and no time to do anything with it. So they'll head to the locker room. Grant up by 11.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Practice timing is created by coaches for coaches. Practice timing helps you create, store, and time your practices. Practices are timed on coaches' phones, in our app with push notifications to remind coaches of transitions with notes and messaging. The user interface is easy to use with a drag and drop feature, copies practices, stores all previous activities and practices. Never use paper or any other expensive, bulky, hard-to-see timers again. Check out practice timing.
Check out practicetiming.com or email us at info@practicetiming.com for further details.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
thought I was playing? Huh.
Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solano, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800. 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation.
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
Practice timing is created by coaches for coaches. Practice timing helps you create, store, and time your practices. Practices are timed on coaches' phones, in our app with push notifications to remind coaches of transitions with notes and messaging. The user interface is easy to use with a drag and drop feature, copies practices, stores all previous activities and practices. Never use paper or any other expensive, bulky, hard-to-see timers again. Check out practice timing.
Check out practicetiming.com or email us at info@practicetiming.com for further details.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solano, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800. 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation.
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
Grant leads Newark Memorial 33-22. Damon, what do you got first half statistics?
Well, for the Grant Pacers, I should say the Grant Union High School Pacers, A.J. McGee, the junior point guard, 6 foot, scored 12 to lead the scores. Corey Yerger was next with 9. And in white, Newark Memorial, 5s and 4s at the top of the scoring leaders. Jacob Walker with 5, and then 4 apiece for Kawaja and Montabone. And Newark fails to convert the opening possession here of the third quarter. That's McGee right there. Down to the corner, and missing the 3 is Brown, and the rebound goes to the Cougars.
I would imagine that Coach Ashmore at halftime talked to his team about having better possessions, and maybe they didn't listen because they haven't got off to a good start, and it's a layup on a transition basket.
That's McGee converting off the pass from Haynes, and a quick timeout, and no, that was not a good possession.
So you like to see how teams react after timeouts and after the half, and so far for Newark, not very good. You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
You thought I was playing?
Back here at Newark Memorial High School in the East Bay, I'm Damon, he's Chris. We're happy you joined us here on a Saturday afternoon for this fine opening season event. Gilchrist there buries a 3-pointer for Newark Memorial out of the timeout.
Clean possession that time off the timeout for the Cougars. Get the stop, force the turnover, and have a chance to cut this into single-digit deficit.
Grant had gone up by 13. It was beginning to look like they were going to pull away, but then Gilchrist with a nice shot there, and then traveling at the other end. And we'll see what the Cougars have in them here in the third quarter. Third game of 7 on the afternoon. There's a long 3-pointer that misses, and Grant gets the rebound. Montabone with the miss there for Newark Memorial.
Quality look, was wide left.
Brown misses a 3, gets a long rebound back into the corner for Grant. Grant in black, Newark Memorial in white. A.J. McGee moves around to the left side. The zone follows him, so he brings it back up to Yerger. Yerger able to get it towards Matthews, who hits a 3. The sophomore point guard, 5'8", buries it. 8 points for him. At the other end, missing on a shot is Carlton. On the rebound, we have a foul. Looks like it's going to be Newark's ball on the baseline.
Here's breaking news. Reed is fouled underneath the basket, having better position than his opponent.
So the Cougars will inbound the ball, down 13 here, 2 minutes into the second half, as several substitutions made. And here we go. That's Carlton bringing the ball back up and out, and he'll hand it off to Kawaja, back to Carlton. Carlton over to the left side to Gilchrist, wanted to take that long three, thought better of it. And now making a drive is the freshman Harris. He gets it off to the corner, and Gilchrist buries the three. Nice movement there.
Very good patience, and you, as you had said, Damon, sharing the basketball, good spacing, ends up in a three-point basket. And another stop for Newark Memorial. Here's a great opportunity. And then they turn it over. And here's the three. Good spacing, drive and kick by Harris, and hits the tray.
So Grant will walk this one up. That's Yerger over there, guarded by Gilchrist. Now coming up is Brown to set a screen. Yerger over to Matthews, who tosses it to McGee. McGee, the long three, off the front of the rim. Gets tipped once, gets tipped a second time, out of bounds. It'll go to Newark Memorial. And we'll have a timeout called by Grant.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost. Better streaming. Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service, our new partner of NorCal Sports TV, the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Can't plan far enough for your summer camp. Take advantage in the beautiful hills of Sonora.
Estrada in. He gives it to the freshman Harris way out. That's Estrada on the left side. Nice feed into Jacob, and he rolls that one in. Jacob Walker really has looked good coming off the bench for Newark Memorial.
And Newark's starting to put together quality possessions and getting quality shots, and now it's an 8-point game where it looked like this thing might get away from them, but they're hanging tough.
Missing the three is DeVell Brown. Harris into the rebound, and Harris brings it up. Harassed by Matthews in the front court. Harris still with it.
And I think Grant has settled for shots.
Walker misses from just inside the line. A tip attempt by Kawaja. No good. Here comes Grant. And out of bounds as the lead pass put DeVell Brown on the paint. Halfway through here in the third quarter. Newark Memorial bringing it up. Lorenzo Weish with the ball. Weish guarded by Matthews as he brings it into the front court. Gets a screen there from Gianluca Spinoso. And now tries a spin move and put it up and draws a foul and a bit of a bailout there for Lorenzo Weish. He'll take it. Take a look here. There's that spin. The clean block by DeVell Brown, but the foul called underneath. Now they lose the ball in a reach-in by Spinoso. I love the name, Gianluca Spinoso.
You have to slow down when you pronounce that.
But it's more fun to say it quickly.
Yes. So a couple of failed possessions for Newark. They're doing everything they're supposed to on the defensive end. They just need to do a better job offensively and cashing in on these stops.
Yeah, just 5 points more than halfway through the quarter for Grant, and a missed shot there by Yerger, and it's going to go outbound to Grant. You hold the other team, a good team, to 5 points in 4.5 minutes, and you got to feel like, hey, we're doing our job on that end of the court. But you go on a 2-0 run that takes you 7 minutes, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
Yep. But you're doing good things when you're playing defense and you're getting stops. You'll clean up things offensively. Your defense will travel with you all year long.
McGee pulls up and rattles out on the three-pointer. Back comes Newark Memorial. That's Gilchrist, and that's Reed, and that is Carlton. Carlton pops it over to Montabone. Montabone back to Carlton. He'll take the three, and it's good. So Elijah Carlton with his first three of the game. He's got 5 on the afternoon. It's a 5-point game.
It was 11 points at half, and Coach Ashmore been doing this a long, long time. They made some adjustments at halftime. The players listened and executed.
Grant working at here. A.J. Reed backing up, guarded by Montabone. And now in a trap, in trouble. It's a steal. Here's Gilchrist going up and off the rim. Rebound by Carlton, and it's down to 3.
The hometown Cougars having quite a third quarter here.
And another steal as Montabone got his hand on the pass. Carlton the interception. Montabone for 3 off the front of the rim. Back comes Brown, and what are we going to call here? Offensive foul. Wow.
Elijah Carlton took the charge, and time again here in the third quarter, the Cougars have stepped things up defensively and have cut into this lead, or into this deficit rather, and get another possession based off their defense.
So a lot of subs, and Brown, one of those coming out as he picked up the foul there. And now Newark Memorial down 3, 2:09 to go here in the third quarter. And a nice interior pass from Montabone to Reed, and it's down to 1.
He sold the 3, then went attack mode, and they get the layup.
Now a missed three-pointer the other way by Yerger. Gilchrist has it. And for the first time in a long time, Newark Memorial with a shot to take a lead. There's a drive by Carlton, puts it up, draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
And they've brought their defense tonight, and offensively, obviously room to grow, but they have got back into this game by getting stops. And here in the attack mode to Reed, who finishes strong at the basket. I love how you use the 3 to lure the defense. Reed cuts to the basket and gets the easy layup.
Yeah, an interior passing, that's sometimes a really lost art at the high school level. Carlton missed the first free throw. One more for the tie here. He makes this, so we're even up at 38 apiece.
We're all tied up at 145 here, 38 all.
Yerger walking the ball up for the Pacers. Guarded by Gilchrist.
As Vince Scola used to say, let's make a note of that and come back to this later. Tied at 38.
Nice pass by Yerger, but the miss on the shot. And back comes Carlton, misses, and on the follow, it's Walker, and he draws the foul.
Okay, so if we show on this replay, you'll show why Newark Memorial is coming back. They're playing harder than Grant. And here's an example. Watch the dark jerseys kind of jogging, and then the white jerseys are sprinting. And when you're sprinting versus joggers, you're going to win every time, and they finish strong and get the lead here at home. And then this crowd will get more and more into it. But the Cougars have got back into this game by getting stops.
Elijah Carlton buries them both. So a 2-point lead now as Carlton subs out. 40-38, first lead since the first quarter for Newark Memorial. Grant was up double figures earlier in this quarter. Now the Pacers can't buy a basket. Again, the trap at half court. McGee able to hold possession. A three-pointer from Bobo on the right side. McGee with a terrific follow and score the basket.
McGee's only 6'2", but you can see how he gets off the floor. You got to block out, and Newark didn't, and the putback is good.
That's Weiss. That's the freshman Harris. Harris drives, looking around, and has to bring it back out to Weiss. We're inside a minute here in the third quarter, and now an off-ball foul. This is offensive. It's a screening foul called on Spinoso. And that will earn him a spot on the bench. 45.2 seconds now left in the third quarter. So we'll see if Grant tries to hurry one up to get the 2-for-1. Or having just scored 7 points in this quarter, maybe they'll just work it and take a good shot.
Quality possession, spread the court, run your motion offense, set some screens, be dynamic.
McGee, who has been so good today, misses on the running jumper, and so now Newark with the ball, and they can take the last one.
And Walker with we call that winning in the weight room. You beat 3 other guys to the basketball, and I'd always yell out weight room. Now he might not lift, but it sounds corny enough. But you get that by working out and being stronger than your opponent, and then Matthews Weiss trying to do a little bit too much and not closing out the quarter for the Cougars.
And Grant really has played terrific defense all game long. So even though they've run into trouble here, the Pacers able to force that turnover, and so they're going to get the final shot. A foul called as McGee brought it across.
Not a bad foul. Let your defense gather, because he had an alleyway to the basket, so not a bad foul here with less than 5 seconds left in the quarter.
4:09 on the clock. Bobo inbounds to McGee. McGee driving, pulls up, 3, no good, and the buzzer sounds, and we will head to the fourth quarter tied at 40.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
So based off an 18-7 third quarter, we're all tied here, Damon.
Yeah, nice job by Newark Memorial. Grant will have possession here to start the fourth quarter. We'll catch you up on the leading scorers in a moment. That's a nice spin move by Yerger, and a one-handed shot draws the foul. So perfectly timed to tell you that A.J. McGee has 10 points for the Grant Pacers, who scored just 7 there in the third quarter, 9 for Corey Yerger. Those are your 2 leaders. On the other side, a 10-point total for Elijah Carlton. He had 8 of those in the third quarter, helping to lead his team back. 9 points for Gilchrist. He had 2 3-pointers in that third quarter, and both free throws made by Yerger.
And they needed those free throws.
Just a bit. That is Carlton. He stays hot, hits another 3.
He's feeling it at home. The 5'8" junior hits the wing 3.
Yerger back to McGee outside, gives up the long 3, gives it back to Yerger, who takes a step to his left and buries it. If Yerger gets hot here in the fourth quarter, it's going to be tough for Newark Memorial.
A shot he's probably put up about 9 million times over the summer and hits it with a lot of confidence. Steal in the backcourt.
Misses 3, but they get the ball back, and what a reverse toss in and draws the foul.
Elijah Carlton, to say he's playing with confidence right now at home would be an understatement.
He missed the three off the rebound. He stole the ball back, and no look tossing it over his head.
Yeah, I'm so hot right now. Just let me throw this one up off the glass and get the layup and the foul. Fantastic by Carlton.
And here's the other end. That's Yerger, where he steps to his left and buries his three.
Shooting practice for him.
Carlton misses the free throw, and on the rebound we have a whistle. That's going to be a foul. And it is called on Navian Reed.
So often he's been the benefactor of positioning underneath the basket. Not that time.
So, of course, on the free throw, the shooting team is in the second position there, and apparently feeling that he climbed up the back of the Grant player. So here are the Pacers, 45-45, 7 minutes to go. That's Yerger, holds off, gets underneath the Bobo. Nice pass, nice play.
That is a very confident basketball player. You just nailed the three. The defense shifts at you, a little head fake, a little deception, ball on the floor, layup, and then a travel.
And now Tyler Harris, our freshman phenom for Newark Memorial, slips that foot and gets called for the travel. Here's that pass again. There's Yerger
little slip
down
pass.
Underneath.
That's pretty basketball.
And, of course, the key to that is you know your teammates cutting on that. When your guys aren't standing around, that's when good things happen.
And you know the defense is going to slide out on you, and then you come back and hit the elbow jumper, and now the Pacers are up 4, and things are getting a little sloppy for Newark Memorial.
McGee hits at one end. Gilchrist drives and tries to make it at the other, misses, and a foul on the rebound against the Cougars, and that goes against Jacob Walker.
You got to make it more difficult on Yerger. He's just going to have a summer league game on you. Just plays with a lot of confidence. Not cutting him off. He's getting easy looks, and he's taking advantage.
A.J. McGee bringing it up in the backcourt against Tyler Harris. Now the double comes from Matt Montabone, and they force the turnover. Here's Weiss leading a 3-on-3. Harris loses control of it, tries to get it up, can't. Weiss picks up the garbage, puts it up once, misses. Harris the rebound, and a foul.
It hasn't been pretty basketball, but one thing that Newark has done today, they've played defense, and they've hustled and had the effort, and this is an effort play. Just keep working at it. Harris, if you fail, try again, and he gets fouled and makes the first free throw.
Just the third point of the game for Harris, but you can see why they're so high on him in this at Newark Memorial. Misses the second. Rebound to Bobo. Here comes Grant, 6 minutes to go.
And you can see by his build, he's going to get taller, and he's going to get bigger.
Yerger.
Make it a little more difficult on him. Don't let him freelance. Cut off his dominant hand, and you don't, and you commit the foul. He's right-handed. Force him left at the worst-case scenario. You let him go to his dominant hand, Denny I, and you get fouled, and then you get to the free throw line.
Matthew Montabone with the foul. And now we're going to have another wave of substitution, almost a hockey sub. They send 4 new men on the court for Newark Memorial.
In the words of Rick Ocasek, substitution, mass confusion.
Yerger spins the ball, puts it in. They'll have another.
Just a junior, and he plays with a lot of confidence, and when his team has needed him the most at this fourth quarter, he's answered.
Navion Reed rebounds the miss on the second, so it's 50-46 now. Still a lot of time for Newark Memorial. There's Reed with the drive, in, and puts it in, and it's a charge. So DeVell Brown takes the charge on Reed, no basket. So now Grant is going to have the ball, but we have a sub coming in. Terrific job by the Pacers here as Grant has withstood the rally from Newark Memorial, giving up the lead there briefly, but the Pacers showing their class back on top. And now Yerger will bring the ball up for Grant, guarded by Carlton. We're at about 5.5 minutes left. Yerger out to Reed.
And Coach Wilson wants a foul on those reach-ins. Nice pass.
Nice pass by Reed to Bobo, converts, and a foul.
So McGee showing his distribution abilities at the point here. Breaks down the defender, finds a teammate cutting to the basket, and it's going to be free throws.
So Bobo, who made 2 back in the first quarter, he'll get 2 here off the front of the rim.
And it's a cliche, but it's going to go down to free throws. Both teams are in the bonus. Grant's going to be in the double bonus the rest of the game, so you got to make the free throws. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Bobo makes the second. It's a 5-point lead, and now almost a steal by Yerger. Boy, he really almost pickpocketed Gilchrist there.
Great anticipation. The best defenders have anticipation of the pass and where it's going, and nice play there, and almost a transition basket.
Now whistle is not sure what the reset was there, but anyway.
Trying to let him tie his shoe.
First thing they tell you in basketball practice, it's come to the ball.
Yep.
You know? If you stay stationary, then the defender can come in and intercept that. Here is an offensive foul called on Newark Memorial. And it looked like Jacob Walker might have been called for a screen there. Not sure. He was the one kind of asking what happened. Yeah, I think it was Walker underneath on the screen. Under 5. That's Yerger guarded by Carlton.
Screen setting is a lost art, but a lot of times it gets down to is the person you're going to screen for, is he going to rub shoulders with you? And if he doesn't, and he runs around, then you're forced to step out, and then you're called for the foul.
There's DeVell Brown missing a 3. Rebound goes to Kawaja for Newark Memorial. Cougars coming up, and they draw a foul.
Free throws, free throws, free throws. And who nails them is going to win this game. The NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. svsportsllc.com.
1-1 here for Carlton. Elijah rolls out. Couple of tips, and we'll see which way the foul goes. So the foul goes against Jordan Bobo. So back for 1-1 is Carlton, and he misses it again. And now we're hearing that it's
I don't
a lane
know if Carlton.
violation.
Yeah, because he didn't get fouled, or he shouldn't have been shooting free throws. Anyway, practice timing created by coaches for coaches.
All right, so we have the correction. At any rate, it is now Grant basketball. So
2 missed free throws is really what it gets down to.
well, it becomes 1 because of the violation, but yes. So Pacers, that's Bobo right there. He gets it back to the left side, and Yerger guarded by Carlton, and he one-hands it over to McGee on the other side, guarded by Gilchrist. McGee brings it back up top, over to Yerger. Yerger tries to go to his right, cut off by Carlton. Well, here's DeVell Brown, steps inside the line, off the rim as the buzzer sounds, and Newark Memorial with the rebound. Carlton bringing it up. Carlton loses control, and a foul called on Yerger.
Kind of a bailout, but it's been not a very good offensive execution for the Cougars in this later part of the fourth quarter. And they're going to the free throw line, but they have missed more. It looks like they've missed at least 10 free throws today.
It's getting up there, but Carleton buries that one.
When the clock stopped and you're trailing, you got to nail these free throws, and then you've done a good job defensively. And then you get back-to-back free throws, and a little substitution as Weich will come back into the game, and Carleton will get a quick rest, and I'm sure Coach Ashmore will get him right back in.
Got him 10 for 20 from the stripe unofficially. Under 3.5. Grant still leading by 3. Here's Yerger with Gilchrist up on him.
And you put so much effort into blocking out and getting stops and earning those free throws. And it's frustrating when you don't make them. So we'll see how that comes to fruition the rest of the game. We got a held basketball.
So a nice job on defense by Lorenzo Weiss to tie up A.J. McGee. And the possession is going to Newark Memorial, and a timeout called by Grant.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost. This is Windward. Sorry, I gave you the wrong.
All right, back here at Newark Memorial High School, Damon Esper alongside Chris Babcock. So happy you joined us for the tip-off classic here. Newark Memorial down 3 with a little over 3 minutes to go. Trying to come back on Grant Sacramento here.
Another golden possession for the Cougars. Looking to show patience off the timeout.
So that's Gilchrist out wide on the right side. Guarded by Yerger. He makes the drive, gets good penetration, hands it off to Reed.
Good offense.
Puts it in.
Great offense off the timeout. And Newark Memorial is down by a point, playing some gritty basketball. Effort has been there, hasn't been pretty, but the effort has been there, and they've done a good job on the defensive end.
So Yerger driving on Gilchrist, gets it up and off the rim. Bobo with the rebound, and we have a foul called. Oh, no. On the ground.
They call it goaltending on this.
Wow. So Yerger will get credit for the basket. I'd love to see that replay one more time.
Basket interference unless he grabbed the net.
Well, your guess is as good as mine, Chris. Big 2 points for Grant, and here is Newark Memorial with Weiss bouncing the ball, guarded by Matthews. Weiss now makes a drive.
And I'm going to credit Coach Wilson bringing it to the attention of the officials of the 5-second call. But I believe when the guys in stripes watch the replay, they're going to say, are you happy with that? Maybe just didn't quite see it. But anyway, it's a 3-point game, and Newark's got to answer defensively, and they start right there, and it's a held basketball, but it'll stay with the Cougars.
Yeah, Newark got the last one. That was a funny thing. Yerger had the ball, and then he put his hands up to call timeout, which of course leaves the ball.
Right.
At that point, I'm not sure it's held anymore. So Grant will get a chance to run some more clock here, up 3. They get it in, and going up and foul. No, a walk first. So DeVell Brown travels.
I love the move down low, but the little bunny step is called. You call for the travel on that. Love his positioning. Just clean up the footwork there, and that ends up being a layup. Another opportunity for the Cougars.
They have had plenty And now the double team on Gilchrist, so he has to hand it back out to Elijah Carlton. Carlton guarded by Matthews, gets it under to Gilchrist. It's in! It's down to 1.
Attack mode, and the Cougars don't protect the basket, and it ends up being a layup, bringing it defensively, and then they have a great possession offensively, sharing the basketball, and get the easy layup on the back cut.
So here's Reed, guarded by Gilchrist. He pulls up for the 3. It's in! Big shot by A.J. McGee. At the other end, Reed making a try and gets fouled.
Sprints the court, beats everybody down the court, and gets fouled. Little shimmy, little shake, and the finish.
So drawing the foul is Reed, and he'll have 2 shots here, and he misses the first. He is now 2 for 7. He made his first 2 back in the first quarter, has now missed 5 in a row since then. So Navion Reed, the 6'5 junior, and it's been a team-wide problem, as we were talking about earlier. I mean, you don't have to make all 11 that you miss. Just make 4 more of them, and you're tied.
Right. One possession basketball game.
So it's tied. It's 3 points for Grant. Under a minute now. Yerger gets it to Bobo, but it passes off, and it's out of bounds. And now Newark Memorial is going to call timeout with 49.8 seconds left on the clock.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal SportsTV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
Neither team got any rhythm going on offense.
You go 2 for 1 here, get a nice solid shot and still get a chance to get the ball back.
I think you're down. You have to just score the best shot you can immediately, but you should be looking 3s if you can. Here's Gilchrist. And they're wasting valuable time here. And now almost a steal there by Matthews, and there he gets it. Matthews coming in, guarded by Carlton, misses the shot, the follow, but the foul first. So McGee with a nice follow, or check that. That was Yerger with the nice follow, but irrelevant.
Matthews, the sophomore, with the steal and goes strong to the basket. And he'll be shooting free throws. But Grant with the stop when they needed it the most.
Matthews rolls the first one in, and that's the big one. It gets it to 4. Now you have to just hit a 3. You can't even... And the second one's good, and they're up 5.
The sophomore Matthews with the steal defensively, goes in attack mode, is fouled, and nails both free throws. And Coach Ashmore with the timeout. This broadcast of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic is brought to you in part by Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service. The NCS-TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. Practice timing created by coaches for coaches. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. And who will be our recruiting boost player of the game? Stay tuned for that post-game interview. And coming up next at 3:45, Reardon versus Jay Serra at a San Juan Capistrano.
Junipero Serra. Carlton gets some baseline space. He puts it up and misses. Reed the rebound. He makes that one. 16.7 to go as a timeout called by Craig Ashmore.
Situational basketball, Coach Ashmore saving those timeouts. There's a couple of times where I'm thinking maybe you should use a timeout. He didn't.
No.
And then you have those to use in this situation.
Exactly.
And you might not win this game. But these are why you play these type of opponents, and you have situational basketball, and so often that's what it gets down to, is what you do in these situations. And Reed with the putback, and he has been fantastic underneath the boards. Yes, he's missed free throws, but you bring the lunch pail, you bring the defense, you bring the rebounding, and then the other things you'll work on.
So a couple of possessions ago, you asked, what do you do here when they were down 3? So the argument is for going for your quick 2 there, and they ended up turning the ball over and got nothing. But the argument for going for the quick 2 there is, hey, we're going to have another possession. The reason some people say no, you really need to think 3 more aggressively earlier, is you only have so many possessions you're going to have.
Yeah, you're going to see a quick foul here, trying to get the quick steal.
Well, need to be quicker than that.
Yeah. Touchdown pass and forces an error.
But that's all right.
Yes, and they didn't foul. They'll get the ball back, and Coach Ashmore, his pocket's getting a little emptier by the second, but calls another timeout in another situation, and you're 3 points away. It doesn't take a mathematician to figure this one out. But they have got back in making this a very strong game because of one thing, their defense, and forcing Grant into doing some things they don't want to do. Trying to throw the 9 route, goes incomplete, and Newark will have a shot here with less than 10 seconds left in the game.
So 8.6 is the official time on the clock. They're going to have to inbound it from the baseline, and the question, of course, is Grant going to pressure the ball up the court to make them use up as much clock, but risking a foul? With a double bonus, you can take a foul here because it's only 2 free throws, and at worst, they make both free throws, and you're still up 1. So a lot of angles here.
I would expect Matthews to be the bulldog in the backcourt here, try to put a little pressure, but don't foul. But if you foul, it's not the worst thing.
No, and now they're going to call timeout. So Denard Wilson takes his timeout.
We got dueling timeouts here, managing and getting into situational basketball.
And they came out in a man press, full court man press, and then decided to call the timeout. So now we'll see what they change up.
And as we talked about in the pregame show, will the Pacers get over the hump and learn from the past? And here's a situation. You've got the lead. Can you hold on to it? And I like the fact of Coach Wilson looking at and probably telling his team, I'm probably going to call a timeout depending on what they come out in. And the thing you want to do is you don't want to give an easy look to anybody. And Grant's going to play man-to-man and make Newark earn it.
So they're going to guard the ball. That's Bobo coming up to guard Kwaja. Now Bobo dropping back. And actually there's a last-second substitution. And so no sub, a sub denied to Ashmore. So here we go. Kwaja inbounds it, gets it to Gilchrist. They're picking up at half court for Grant. Gilchrist across the line. Now he puts up the 3 off the front of the rim, and rebounding the ball is Grant, and the Pacers have held on for a 58-59 58-55 victory.
Did just enough to get the win. And the Pacers come down to the Bay and get a victory. And both these teams playing hard and not a clean basketball game. But stay tuned for our Recruiting Boost Player of the Game, our new partner here at NorCal Sports TV, Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
You know, they're going with A.J. McGee, but
so our Recruiting Boost Player of the Game is A.J. McGee. Did some great things in the fourth quarter to push the Pacers and get the win when they've struggled offensively. We're going to go down to Rihanna Dizon with our Player of the Game interview.
All right, I'm here with the Recruiting Boost Player of the Game, A.J. McGee from Grant High School. Wow, what an impressive game by you. Ended the game with 21 points. What can you say about the team effort tonight?
I think we played great as a team. I think this team is one of the best teams that we've had in years. Everybody just plays together, and we all love each other, and you can just tell on the court. We just play like we all love each other.
Other than scoring, what do you believe is your role on the team?
To just control the game and be the leader, just make sure everybody's on point, make sure that nothing crazy is happening, nobody's emotions are running too high, just got to keep us solid.
Is there a message you're trying to send the rest of your opponents this season?
We're the best team in Northern California, whatever you want to say. I think nobody's better than us.
Message received. Thank you, AJ. Back to you, Chris.
Well, very confident young man with his 21 points in the game. So quickly, Damon, give me the double-figure scores for both teams, and we'll wrap things up and get ready for Game 4.
Well, A.J. McGee had his 21, but, man, the 17 by Corey Yerger for Grant, especially the 8 he scored in the fourth quarter, were huge as well. Either one of them could have been an honorable choice there. 17 points to lead the way for Elijah Carlton for Newark Memorial, and 11 apiece for Gilchrist and for Navion Reed for the Cougars. 58-55, a terrific third game here of the Tip-Off Classic.
Well, we'll bid Damon adieu as he goes and covers a little football action. We appreciate him, and we'll hear more from Damon the rest of the basketball season. From Newark Memorial High School, where Grant beat Newark Memorial 58-55 to win this NorCal tip-off matchup. You've been watching NorCal Sports TV. Thanks to our crew, Jason Brown, Jason Green, Ryan Castaneda, Sean Wilkerson, Kyle Diangarang, Rihanna Dizon, my broadcast partner, Damon Esper, and our director, Dion I. I'm Chris Babcock here in Newark. Good afternoon, and thanks for being on the show.